run it across here, make sure the spacer fits in
Take the
between.
2x6 and run it across here.
Yeah, and then you can go ahead and screw it in. And
Okay,
make sure
that's
you
the
got
first
a little
thing.
bit of play. It's not
Okay.
super tight, so these boards, when you put them this way, they'll fit in.
Okay.
Do that across all the way to this corner, behind the rain gutter, over to there. The second board, same thing. Once you put it in here, you can toenail it into this board that you put in.
Okay.
You can screw it in there, and that's going to hold it with that spacer holding it the same way.
Okay.
You got a board right here, so put your spacer right here, bring that board up, screw it into
You
this
mean
board.
that the 2x6 goes
The 2x6
underneath there? Yeah,
coming
it goes all the way
across
over.
here.
Okay.
And then when you get over to here, put your spacer in, screw it into this board. Come
Can you
back.
put that back over there? Because that doesn't look like it fits underneath the molding and the threshold.
There's a spacer underneath the door right here. So you want, right here's where the siding's going to be.
Okay, got it.
The siding's not
Okay.
coming up to
Got it.
here, it's coming
Okay.
down to there.
All right, go ahead.
So put that spacer under this, put a couple screws in it right there. Come back over here, put your spacer right here, put a couple screws right there. Now you got those two sides done. And then over here, the next one you do is measure what your distance is from right here over to the inside of your board you just put in there. And then go ahead and screw your 4x6 in here and let it sit on that other end.
Sit on what other end?
Then the other end will be sitting right
Oh,
on
right,
this.
right. And it's resting on that thing right there too, right?
Maybe, maybe not. You might have to put a spacer under it.
Or a shim, yeah.
Or a shim under it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then you can go ahead and measure what you have from here up to the bottom of this beam. And I don't know if you even need to put one right there, because if you got one right here, you really don't need one right
Yeah,
there.
but that thing's not very stable though. Look at that movement.
Well, moving back and forth, once you put stuff in there, will stop that
Okay.
from moving back and forth.
Okay, got it.
And then go ahead and measure what you have here. And then here you're going to have to, and you don't have to be up against there, you could be out here somewhere.
That's where that concrete block is.
Put another, put another concrete block flat in there, or dig it down so you get it in there flat, and then whatever you got to have for a little 4x6 under that.
Okay.
Then you have that beam done, and then just do the same thing, and you want to kind of get them so they fit over this. If you don't have your 4x6
Right,
here,
you want them to line
4x6,
up.
kind of get it to where it's over those guys, and then run the other one coming across here, and do the same thing. Then go ahead and do the same thing going across here.
And then do we tie it into the board?
Yes,
The
this
2x6?
board, yes, this board that's going across right there. When
Okay.
you put that in there, put a couple screws in, couple screws.
Okay.
And then go ahead and measure what you have for that 4x6.
Okay.
From there coming up to the
Oh, so
bottom.
we do that at the end, measuring between the pier block
Yes,
and the
I would
4x6.
put the 4x6s in and then go ahead and measure what you
Got it.
have, and then you get the right measurements.
Okay.
And then you're going to have to do with the cinder blocks, you're going to have to make these guys. You're going to have to put a cinder block, same thing. Go ahead and glue or screw that 4x6 in right here, runs all the way across. And on this one here, you'll have to take the saw and cut this back.
Wait, are you saying we should put the 4x6s in first and then put the verticals over the pier blocks?
Yes.
Oh, so that's why we need to do these things.
Yes, yeah. Because that one, and this one all just sit right here.
That's how we make sure it's all level.
Right, it sits right there, and then you know where you're at over there on that point, and then just go ahead and measure all of these guys.
Okay, so we put the 4x6s, we set all the, do all the side
Yep.
things that you mentioned along the house.
Yep.
And then we do the 4x6s to the boards.
Yep, which is going to be 1, 2.
Isn't that going to be too heavy for the 4x6 to be nailed onto that?
Well, if it is, because it could be. You put that across there, and you have this nice spacer right there. You nail this one on here, but once you nail one on, you put the spacers underneath it, it takes the weight off it.
No, I'm thinking about the 4x6s. What's going to support them if we don't have the vertical 4x6s on top of the pier
Well,
blocks?
I would do one at a time. I would do the first one and then put them under. Do this one.
Okay.
Put these under it. And then switch over to here. Put these under it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
just kinda
clear.
work your way across.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you just make up blocks. And this one here doesn't really matter if it's here, here, here. It's
How
just
far
gotta
away
be
it is? Because
somewhere.
the board's going to be, we're
Yeah.
going to screw into the board and the 4x6.
Still a video?
Yep.
I would actually not put it too close, because if you put it too close and it's like right here, this trap door is not very big. You probably want to get back like a foot.
Okay.
So then your trap door, you got room to get down to get to this faucet if you ever want to.
Okay.
Because if you're
Hey,
too close,
stop.
you're not gonna get into that faucet.
Got it. Yeah.
So I'd come
Okay.
back about, I don't know, a foot.
Well, that's where they had them before, right there. You can see how far they had them. See the pure, where the pure blocks are now?
Here?
Yeah,
That was
that's-
the last one?
Yeah. Oh no, they didn't. See, you got the they got the hanger right there. See where the hanger is?
Oh,
They
yeah,
had it
I
right
would
there.
get a lot closer than that. I would
Okay.
get over about a foot away from the wall, and that'll give you enough room
Okay.
to build a trap door here, get out and hook a hose
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
The trap door we might wait on to have
Oh,
you help figure out framing because it's going to be a little bit more complicated.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you mentioned that that you explained to Kai and I that you didn't explain on this video?
Once you get over to this 4x6 that's running on right here, coming across, to get this board into place that's over here, you need to, your beam's coming across right here, measure the distance from this beam to here minus 1.5 inches.
Right.
And then cut a 2x6, screw it into the beam, or this first one you could probably put right there and just screw it in right there. And it's 1.5 inches short, so it'll be like right there. And then go ahead and once you put in this board going this way, you can screw it back into
Okay.
that board.
Okay.
And then once you put your decking across, which is up here, put a screw into that,
Got
which
it.
holds it up. And do
Okay.
that like at least every 4 feet going along this way here.
Screw in the board.
Oh, these spacer boards coming along here. You don't have to. You
Wait,
don't
what's
have
the spacer board for?
this guy? You got to have something to hold this board up.
Yes.
It's going to be, and actually, this first one, if I remember
Oh,
correctly, is a little bit
gotcha.
higher than what
Yes.
this is.
Okay. And how do we screw those onto each other?
With your beam coming across right here,
Okay.
so you'll take and measure. Say this is the inside of your beam. Side of your beam. Take the measurement from here to here, minus 1.5 inches. Cut a 2x6, put it right in there. Then you can screw it into the beam, and it's minus 1.5 inches. Then you slide your
Okay.
2x6 going this way. Then you can screw it to this.
Okay.
And then when your decking goes across there, you can put a screw right here, which holds this from going up and down.
Okay.
And the one thing that might happen is, because you're going to be at this height here with your
Yeah.
with this decking, which makes this one right here, you got, that's below what this is. Follow what I'm saying? Because you're going to be at this height right here.
Should we
With
cut
this
the
guy
board?
turning?
Try to jigsaw the board then, so that it's.
There's a couple different things you could do. Because I'm kind of thinking where this concrete is, has got to be where this board sits right here.
Yeah.
So it looks like when they got right to here is where they quit with that second board
Okay.
down underneath it. Because this board sits right there, which seals that up right there.
And then what do they do after that then?
So I'm thinking they came here. I would, just for simple, I would take a 2x6 here, just rip it right down the middle, and then with those long timber locks, take and whatever your distance, cut this board whatever it is to length, and take whatever this distance is from there to there, cut a board, rip it in half, and then just take the timber, set that board upside down, screw that board to it, so when you flip it back upside down, that board you cut sits right here, and now your good 2x6 sits above it,
Okay.
then it covers all that up.
Okay.
I don't know how else you do it.
Hopefully Kai understands that, because
Yeah.
this is where I get really confused. I understood everything else.
Yeah, because this one here is going to be right here is where this one's going to be. So you have this distance underneath here you don't want. So you're going to have to rip something and then screw it back up underneath here. Well, it's easier to rip something in half, set it upside down, screw that board into it so it's about this height right here, then flip it upside down and voila.
Okay.
It'll fit down underneath that right there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know how else to do it. Yeah,
That's it, right?
that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.